So, a dear friend of mine mentioned that yesterday's vidcast seemed a bit cut off and asked if there was a second part. Um, I hadn't planned on it. I mean, I think I stopped when I did because it seemed kind of like an upbeat ending to the thing. And yeah, and it was kind of a raw topic anyway, so I guess I just wanted to stop at that point. But yeah, so I decided that to do a second part today. And I also decided that since the person who asked me is my oldest friend in the whole wide world, um, I had to talk about the bit of our childhood that we shared. Because we only lived in the same place. Actually, we were neighbors. We lived right. There was just a meadow separating the two apartment buildings where we lived. We only lived next to each other for 1 year. From the time I moved to Switzerland when I was 7.5 until the end of the school year. I think it was second grade that we went to school together, and then her and her parents moved to the other side of the country. We stayed friends somehow, which is, kind of surprising. I think there's not a lot of, 8-year-olds that manage to keep up a friendship. Once you're separated, you usually each go their own way, but we kept it up, even if sometimes we wouldn't see each other all that often. I'd go skiing where she lived, and we just stayed friends. But yeah, that one year where we basically were inseparable. My very first day in school, this feisty little redhead comes up to me, and after discovering that we're basically neighbors, decides that she'd walk home with me and my mom, and that was it. I think we were friends from that point onward, and it was a really, really cool friendship. I mean, I sometimes wonder how much more awesome my school years would have been if you know, we'd stayed close together, because we were like two peas in a pod. Seriously, we were both bookish and forever making up stories we'd play them out like consequently. Like we I think there were like weeks when we'd walk around with chalk in our pockets, because on the tapes, yes, tapes, we are that old, on the tapes that we listened to from this one like children's detective series. In German it's called The Three Question Marks. I think in English it's called The Three Detectives or something. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's about three boys, and they're detectives basically, and they have these neat little like secret language, and leave signs for each other, and with chalk, hence the chalk. So, and we I think for a while we had ourselves halfway convinced that there was like an evil doer called the Black Phantom, like the Black Phantom in the Mickey Mouse comics. And we chase it, and while simultaneously being really scared of it. But yeah, we kind of sneak into the parking, like the car park, underground parking of the apartment buildings, or chase it through like thickets near a playground, and that sort of thing. It was awesome. We also had like made up fairy stories, and like once we created this exhibition with artwork, and we collected entrance fees, and then we donated the whole $10. I think it wasn't actually $10. Uh, I think her mom kind of rounded it up to $10. But yeah, we donated that to the World Wildlife Fund. And it was mentioned on the radio. Oh my god, we were so excited. Yeah, I mean, we did a whole lot of stuff together in that one year. There was a whole lot of childhood going on, and it was the best kind of childhood. You know, we were together in school, sitting next to each other, and then we'd go home and play. It was awesome. And we were just perfect for each other. We were both, weird. I think, like we didn't fit in with the rest of the class so well. And I think she must have recognized that the moment she saw me with my German. I understood Swiss German, but I wasn't able to speak it yet. And it was actually hilarious when she tried to talk standard German to my mom, who's, Swiss. That was really cute and something that, yeah, still makes me laugh remembering it. Um, yeah, so so yeah, that was that. I think it was just the two of us. We just seriously peace in a pod, peace in a pod. It was awesome, and we kept up this really vivid fantasy life whenever we. I went to visit. I think I remember like stories about enchanted forests and even as we grew older. I think that was yeah. It was really, really cool. And probably like the most fun I had as a kid, where a lot of those moments happened in that one year. So thank you for that, Cindy. Really, I really, really am glad that we met and that you came up to me and decided that you would be my friend. Thank you for that.